Hello again. I would like to go over exercise 14 again. We did this on Monday, but I realized that I make mistakes. So I would like to explain the first three of them. The first one says, instructions, part 1. Fill in the spaces by inserting the correct form of have. Use am, is, are, having as a future form. Okay. My house painted. That is why there is all this mess. When does this happen? Is the mess happening now or in the future or in the past? It's happening now at the moment of speaking. Therefore, I need to use I am having my house painted. In this moment, I am having my house painted. I am hiring people to paint my house. That's why I can see all the mess at the moment of speaking. Number 2 says, my hair looks dreadful. I think tomorrow. Tomorrow is a future reference. That is correct. According to the instructions, I'm supposed to use I am uh, yes, having it said tomorrow. But notice that this person, when did this person decide to fix her hair? She decided at that moment. It was an immediate decision. Whenever we have immediate decisions, we need to use will. Will for immediate decisions. For example, you see a lady falling down, you immediately decide to help her and you say, I'll help you. You don't say, I am helping you. You say, I'll help you. And you need to make a contraction. I'll help you. Like this. Finally, we have the attic was dark, so last year, and last year is a past reference, so we need to use past then. Then. We had a skylight put in, like this. Alright, so it's the have plus object plus past participle construction. This is part 1. Let's go now to part 2. Part 2 says, fill in the spaces by inserting the correct form of have, the past participle of the verb in brackets, and where necessary a pronoun. Here's the pronoun it. So your ankle is very swollen. You'd better have it x-rayed. Yes. So it follows the formula. Have plus the past participle of the verb and where necessary a pronoun. The pronoun is it. Have it x-rayed. Then your roof is leaking. Yes. You should have it repaired. Like this. We did this before. And the trousers are too long. I must have them shortened. Like this. Have the trousers shortened. Like this. Okay. If you have questions, please write to me. Part 3. Rewrite the sentences using a have plus object plus past participle construction. Example. I employed a plumber, and this is the part that I need to replace for the have plus object plus past participle construction. And I need to omitting the words in bold type. So instead of writing employed a plumber, I'm supposed to change it. I had my boiler examined. Okay. By a plumber, right? So this is a formula that I did not follow the other day. I pay a garage to service my car. I had my car serviced. Yes, correct. Now, this one is the one that I made a mistake on Monday because I did not follow the instructions, and following the instructions is super important. I need to use this construction, have plus object plus past participle. Okay? So the tap keeps dripping, so I must send for a plumber to see to it. Okay? Notice the verb. The verb is to see to. See to means to check and to fix something. Okay? So I must send for a plumber. So I'm not supposed to write plumber or send because I need to omit this. How can I solve this then? I need to write I must have it seen to. And here we have the construction have plus the object plus the past participle form of the verb. Seen is the past participle form of see. Okay, so this is what I did not take into account on Monday, and I need to correct my mistake. Okay, I must have it seen to. The verb is to see to. See to. This is the verb. Okay. I paid a watchmaker to clean my watch. I had my watch cleaned. I had my watch cleaned. That is it. Remember to ask me questions when you have doubts. Then we have exercise 15. Exercise 15 is a mixed exercise, my favorite type of exercise. Here we have, they are cutting down all the trees. And I need to use the word ruined, which I already erased. But in parentheses, you can find ruined. So the country is being ruined. Ruined. Okay. The countryside is being ruined. They are cutting. So I need to write ruined. Oops, sorry. Ruined here. Like this. The country is being ruined. Then. Why? Why is being ruined? Because they are cutting down all the trees now in this moment. So in this moment the country is being ruined. In the moment that we're speaking. The Prime Minister make a speech tonight. The Prime Minister is making a speech tonight. Why is making? Because this is a future reference. Whenever we have a future reference, we're going to use the present continuous form for an event. The Prime Minister is making a speech tonight. Here, if I, you, this is a common expression in English. If I were you. So you need to remember the expression. If I were you. If I were you. Like this. I go on to the next exercise. Okay, so if I were you, you blah 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 blah, like that. Very good. Number 16. What? I need to use it is or there is. There are two options. Okay, so the first option. What's the time? Should I use there is or it is? I need to use it is. It's 3:30. And what is the date? It is the 24th. How far is it? How far is it to New York? What should I write? There is 50 miles or it is 50 miles? It is 50 miles. Number 3. Very stormy last night. What should I write? It was or there was? It was. Why was and not is? Because it says last night. It's past tense. Yes. And here. It was or there were? There were. There were storms all over the country. Like this. So, you need to use it is or there is, but conjugated, like in present, in past, or in future, depending on the context. Remember that. Number 17 says can and be able to. Let's write be able to instead. Be able to. Part 1. Can used to express ability with could and will or be able. Let's eliminate this shall if used only in British English. I will not write shall in the exam, so don't worry about shall. Let's eliminate it. We fill the following spaces using can for present, could for past, and will be able to for future. Okay, so the first one, you stand on your head. So, can then. Can you stand on your head? Ability. And then it says, when I was at school. Is this person still going to school? No. So, it's past tense. So, I need to write could. Can you stand on your head? I could when I was at school. But now, present, I cannot now. Can you stand on your head? I could when I was at school, but I cannot now. Yes, you can make contractions and write I can't now. You can do that too. Okay, number 2. When I have passed my driving test, I hire a car from our local garage. Let me see. When does this happen? When I have passed my driving test. When I have passed. Is this present? When I have passed. No, it's not present. Is it past? When I have passed my driving test. No, it's future. It's future. He has not passed his driving test yet. He says, when I have passed my driving test, I hire a car from our local garage. Okay, so I can hire is present, is not future. I could hire is past, not future. I will be able to is future. So when I have passed my driving test, I will be able to hire a car from our local garage. That makes sense. At the end of the month. Okay, at the end of the month. Is this present, past, or future? At the end of the month. Has the month ended already? No. So it's future then. At the end of the month, the post office will send, future, him an enormous telephone bill which he, what should I write? Can? No, can is present. Could? Could is past. Future then. But negative. He will not. He won't be able to pay. Which he won't be able to pay. Like this. So can, could, and be able to. Remember, first you need to establish which tense we're talking about. Is it present, past, or future? Then we have part two, could and was able to. In some of the following sentences, either could or was able to could be used. In others, only was, were able to is possible. Oh, what's the difference? Then let's see. He was very strong. He ski all day and dance all night. He could ski all day and dance all night. That makes sense. Can we say he was able to ski all day and dance all night too? Yes, we can. Of course, we can do that. So both of them are possible. It doesn't make any difference in meaning. Number 14. The car plunged into the river. The driver, can I say, could get out, but the passengers were drowned? Can I say the driver was able to get out, but the passengers were drowned? Can I use either one? No. In this case, I cannot say the driver could get out, but the passengers were drowned. Why not? Because if I say the driver could get out, means that he had the ability to do it, he had the possibility to do it. Okay? So if I write could, I'm changing the meaning. What the text means is that the driver was able to get out. He managed to get out. Okay? Not that he had the possibility to do it. So be careful with that text. Okay? Number 15. I was a long way from the stage. I couldn't see all right, but could hear I could see all right, but I couldn't hear very well. Can I say was able? I was able to see all right, but wasn't able to hear very well. Yes, in this case the meaning does not change, so either one is correct. So no problem with meaning. I couldn't hear very well or I wasn't able to hear very well. Okay, so be careful with this kind of sentences because of the meaning. If I say the driver could get out, means possibility, not that he managed to get out. Careful, careful, careful. Part 3. This section includes examples of could used for polite requests and as a conditional. So two uses. Could for polite requests and could as conditional. So the first one. Could I speak to Mr. Pitt, please? This is polite request. I'm afraid he's out at the moment. Could you ring back later? This is also a polite request. Number 26. If you stood on my shoulders. This is conditional. If is conditional. If you stood on my shoulders, could you reach the top of the wall? So this is not a polite request. This is not a person with good manners. He's just following the conditional construction. No, I'm afraid I couldn't. I'm afraid I couldn't. I couldn't do that. Yes. I'm afraid I couldn't. If I sang you, if I sang, could you accompany me on the piano? This is if. It's a conditional sentence. If I sang, could you accompany me on the piano? No, I couldn't. No, I couldn't. I can't play the piano. I would say I can't. I couldn't play the piano. Negative, negative. I couldn't play the piano. I can't play the piano. I would say I can't. I can't. But let's check the answer key. Probably it says couldn't there. Anyways. Okay. Always check the answer key. Yes, it gives you. Okay. Then we have may and might. I'm going to stop here.